delay there. We had just, during the end of the last session, spoken to Solas, who had woken up rather startlingly from a dream, which was, of course, not a dream. He communicates with the spirits while he is asleep. And apparently one of his spirit friends, a spirit of wisdom, needs help in one of the open worlds, like the hub worlds that we have not unlocked yet. So let's run right to the war table, and we'll see what it costs to get to the Exalted Planes. Ever so important to respond to our friends in need, corporeal or no. Alright, so that would be the Exalted Planes right there. And it would cost 8 power. We probably have plenty to spend. Yeah, it'll still give us enough for either of those missions. Let's just get the report from these guys real quick. Alright, so we traded a few of our own soldiers to lead the Varghasts to safety. I guess we probably would have saved a few human lives going with Cullen's plan, but human lives? What about the Varghasts? And Josephine appears to have secured us some more influence. Lovely. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We will open up the Exalted Planes. Looks like Cullen is the only one who can do it. We have established an outpost. Lead Scout Harding is en route and awaiting further orders. Let's go. Venture forth. We definitely have to bring Solas. I'm not sure who else will end up being a Exalted Planes collectible person. Let's just take our usual friends, and then we'll take a look at it. So hoping that everyone has made it through the week here. A little bit of a rough one, if anyone's keeping track, but hopefully in the past. If the willpower for such a thing could be summoned, I am desperately proud of you for making it. And now I will sip.
Inquisitor, welcome to the Exalted Plains, a place with a long and bloody history. Even now, the region is volatile. This was a front in the Civil War. Now there's rebels called the Freemen of the Dales, recently emerged and adding to the chaos.
This rebel group. Tell me more about them.
They seem to be simple deserters, tired of fighting and dying for either the Empress or the Grand Duke. Now they want the Dales for their own. Worse, they're more organized than we anticipated. Be wary.
What history are you talking about?
After the fall of Halam Sharal, what remained of the Elven army met the forces of the Exalted March here. When offered a chance to lay down their arms and surrender, they refused.
What else can you tell me?
Scouts have sighted Dalish elves. There must be a clan camped somewhere on the plains.
That will be all.
Thank you, Harding.
With the rifts and the undead, the Orlesians have lost ground. Most have been driven back to their forts. We have to stabilize the region, allowing the Imperial Army to re-establish its presence. Good luck, Your Worship. You'll need it.
Always a pleasure. Let's see if we have a requisition report.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Thank you. Alright, now we can check the map. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription. That is lovely. 11 months, goodness. I'm sorry. but thank you. And welcome aboard. Welcome aboard for more adventures. That is tremendously kind of you. So there is something for Vivian up there. Solas's friend is due west. A couple of camps up to the north. So we might be able to swap out Cole for Vivian and have a whole majorly party. Just in case we do end up near that circle tome. Sorry, Cole. Love you, buddy. Let's try this. So now we are only mages, right? That's interesting. Dorian, me, Vivian, Solas. That's every mage in the game, effectively. So, there's a couple of quick landmarks to grab here. Let's head for those. Let the eternal flame purify your soul. Like, just hop in the basket, or yeah, what? Just think about it a lot. What do you mean? We as a party seem to be getting a lot more efficient at exploding people from the inside out. It's a goal to be envied.
Keep off the
So
rampart?
are these the
I wonder why.
freemen of the Dales I'm fighting? So many of them exploded, it's hard to tell. Remember where Andraste's champions first set foot in the Exalted Plains, called Dearth of Arren by the elves? Halam-Shiral's dark heart was conquered but one last challenge came from the elves, who would not submit to the Maker. They gathered upon the plain. Our champions answered their call. Marching in Andraste's light on the path of flame, Lord Demetrius Aron, Sister Amity, and Sir Brandis of Loch Celestine, called the Silver Helm. Okay. A place of much history. I've walked right past this landmark. You ask where I got this armor schematic? Absolutely. However, I think I got it on my other character, so I'm not sure. Next time I'm back in Skyhold here, which will hopefully be soon, I will see if I can check the name of it so we can look it up. A letter. A Freeman-related letter. The Inquisition have arrived. They will take the Dales and say it is the Herald of Andraste's right. There is no such right. These lands should be yours. We cannot allow the Inquisition to gain a foothold. As Orlay's true defenders, you know what to do. Explode from the inside out, apparently. So, I will definitely check. I'm so sorry. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. Because it is an amazing armor schematic, and I'm not sure where I got it. Must have been during my previous 200 hours. Good morning and welcome all. Dear sir, enclosed is payment for the last shipment. The Lord greatly enjoyed the fish, prepared exactly as you recommended. How do you do it? Please keep them coming. He has a hankering for trout. Oh, who doesn't? Often I'll find myself waking up in the morning, smacking my lips together with lazy glee, and then shouting, I could go for a trout. I don't think that's ever happened to me, actually. Strangely enough. Maybe I'm missing out. Alright. Getting close to something else here. Investigate the western ramparts. Go ahead and throw that on the map. Yeah, this pauldron is so cool. Just gives it the right offset there. And I'm loving how this color scheme turned out in the light of day. How are you, sir? How are things? Corporal? How can anyone stop these things? And my response to that is, what's going on? What is there to stop?
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the
Even though I clearly just helped you fight the undead there.
Somewhere within these trenches. It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the freemen are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
Why? Why would they have done this? I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh, hello and welcome. Peter Lewis, the greatest voice actor ever. That doesn't sound right. Now that I say it aloud, that doesn't sound right. That's hugely kind of you. Welcome, welcome. Right now, the quote-unquote greatest voice actor ever is just desperately trying to wake up his vocal cords, apparently. So there's going to be a lot of scratchy squeaking in the hour ahead, and I apologize for that now. I'm back. I promised I would be. I had a little speech to give. Alright, tell me more.
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the ramparts from the dead. They rise here, somewhere within these trenches. It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the freemen are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
Alright, this time I was paying attention. had to run that by me again. So there are undead coming up from beneath the rampart, seemingly in some like old mass grave.
Are you Imperial Army?
We will have to find the source of that
I
and
fight
stop
on
it.
the side of Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, rightful Emperor of Olay.
Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon. That's fun to say.
The peace talks in Halam Sharal mean an end to hostilities, don't they?
We're no longer fighting each other, but the demons, the dead. It was easier when we fought just men. You can win against men.
I should be
Oh
going.
boy, can you win against men. Alright, I'm gonna go look for these corpsey pits. Thank you. Oh, corpsey pits. You there. Where are your pants? This is not regulation uniform. Not even close. They're just Winnie the Poohing all over the battlefield. They're Donald Ducking in the western ramparts. I can't believe it. You look suspicious. That's no reason to attack a person. I'd like to apologize. wish I could get through his army of pantsless minions to do some damage to him. But it's apparently not going to happen. The pants off, dance off continues. You good? You finally satisfied the ground? Alright. Then we're moving on. If none of them were wearing pants, what were all of these satchels attached to? So many questions. Where were you keeping these satchel pouches? And why? Why were you keeping them there? Corpse brain. That's what I have. Most days. And now physically in my pocket. Corpse brain. Alright, ice barriers can only be damaged by fire attacks. Fair enough. I must be attacking with lightning? What are you attacking with, Solas? Between the four of us, there must be someone. Ice? And ice works? Okay. That seems strange.
Bodies piled in a pit. Undead rising.
I won't question it. I'll just assume Solas is a better mage than
One of
I.
these pits. We'll have to find them.
My ice is very fiery. Oh, Solas, you didn't have to tell me. I already guessed. Here he comes, limping down the battlefield towards us. I feel a little bad putting him out of his misery. Just wanted to help. Did Sarah come through here before we all got a chance? Is that why? It's just some stack of breaches somewhere outside the city limits. Don't you shoot your wet, nasty, evil green spells at my Dorian. How dare you? Just what in the Fade Rift do you think you're doing? Alright, that was the other sorcerer guarding the pit, seemingly. It doesn't... yep. I was just about to say, that doesn't look good. And then it exploded all over me. And that really didn't look good. Alright. In your corpse pits shall burn. Now we just have to find the signaling horn. We've Donald Ducked, we've Winnie the Poohed, now it's time to Boromir. Alright. It's a very sudden horn, but everyone seems happy about it. Back to business as usual then. Return to Corporal Rosalind. Aye, aye. Aye, aye, Captain. If you insist. Corporal, how are you? Laughing evilly. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here giving you my moves. Doing my moves dance. Alright, let's take care of these. They just don't want me to have a proper conversation with Corporal Rosslin, apparently. They want me to listen to everything he says twice.
I notice you used a nullification enchantment combined with an offensive attack.
The nullification disrupts any ambient magic lying about. Things then burn hotter.
Don't you then waste an inordinate amount of magic overcoming your own nullification?
Ah, no. I warp the veil slightly to affect distance between the spells.
Of course. Have you considered snapping the veil warp to enhance the relative energy?
Like cracking a whip. Yes, tried it once. Made my teeth taste funny.
That's super badass. I'm glad I was here for this conversation. Nice little banner that I wanted to point out, but I didn't want to interrupt the boys. This rampart area now under protection of the Inquisition. Alright, Corporal. Where were we? Hugs? Were we hugging? I forget.
What's happened here?
It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights.
Yep.
Like blue fire.
You've mentioned the
It
blue
must be
fire.
magic, but the freemen are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
I should be going.
That seems strange. But I guess that's all we needed to hear. I was expecting some new dialogue after we cleared the ramparts, but now we can enter Fort Ravasan, which is seemingly that way. So we still have Solas's friend to rescue here. Let's keep heading there for now. Would be nice to get this other camp open, but let's handle that next. Won't keep Solas's friend waiting any longer than we have to. But this seemed like a bit of a high priority. The undead slashing at people's poor faces and whatnot. Alright, let's give everyone a quick level up. And a save. Looks like I got something too. That would finally allow me to have this dispel spell that I keep talking about, which will have singular and fantastic uses. Let's go for it. Apply. Map to battle menu. Let's put it in... Oh, sure. Oh, it's already in B. I didn't see that. Well, now I feel foolish. Swap it out. Completely forget how to remove one without having another one to replace it with is the weird thing. It doesn't really matter, it just looks weird. Yeah, I can't. Placing it again in the same slot does not remove it. Oh well, we have Dispel now, that's all that's important. Next time we get an ability, it won't matter. So, Solas has a point. Vivian has a point, and Dorian. We're saving. I'm not sure if it's around this structure or through. We'll try through. Under the eyes of a dread wolf. Watchful gaze. Alright, looks like there's some openings either way here. What's this?
Looks like you need help.
Hello? I've led them right to you. My apologies. That's my bad. I'm always worried that having a party of only mages will be a recipe for destruction. With all of our weak light armors, etc., etc. But I'm enjoying this greatly. Like having an artillery cannon in my back pocket. Which I often do.
Just say, friend.
depending on the pants I'm wearing. Count Olafin, what's going on?
Seems to be a lot of trouble in these parts.
That's putting it mildly. The war has stopped, but now the dead are walking. Funny though. I've been watching these undead and they seem focused on the Shem armies. As if, well, why wouldn't someone want to kill humans, huh? Still, poor fools.
Poor souls indeed.
You Dalish elf?
Of course, you would have little experience with the people. Yes, we're Dalish. We've been camped for weeks in the fields to the west. The war between the lions made passage through the dirt difficult. Damaged some of our arable. If you find the clan, tell Keeper How and I'll continue the hunt, and perhaps find a safer route through the plains.
I will tell him, absolutely, if I happen to be in that area.
What's the dearth?
That's what we call this place. The Dearth. Dearth of Erin.
I must be going.
Very well. Be safe.
Glad you gentlemen live. Hope to see you back at the camp later. I'm gonna go kill some demons now, pardon me. Demons? What are you doing out here? We're just gonna pretend I didn't see that I misfired at that deer. Right off the bat. We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that. Sorry, dear. It sounded very growly. Is that your stomach, Solas? Or does somebody have a high dragon somewhere they're not telling me about? Alright, I'm getting a little, low. I'd better start heading west here before I run into more fade rifts. However, let me see if I can grab this logging stand. Always use another one of those. Delicious! Mmm. A lot of things need logging stands. I need at least 2 more of those. For projects back at Skyhold. Little cave. Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. There is precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgar'nan and Mythal created the world as we know it. Andruil taught us the ways of the hunter. Celias and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fen'Harel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathon, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen'Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. I believe it. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haran among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldoron and Dernthal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods. If only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed. And Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. What a fascinating story that I'm sure has absolutely nothing to do with anything at all. Moving on. Getting close. See some suspiciously red lyrium-looking things, but I think those might in fact be elven tents in the distance. Almost got excited that I should have Varric in my party for a second. But it's just elven wagons and tents. Up. Slippery. Sprained something. So is this the main camp those other guys were looking for, or is it
This would seem
just
to be the
another group? Must be. Hey, we found your, Irishman?
Good times to come on
He was
being
back
before
there.
people.
Maybe he was Welsh. I don't really know.
Let us be followed. Perhaps you
I
should
don't mean to be
on your way.
rude. Oh, he's angry and does not wish to speak with me. Okay, how about you?
Please don't get too close to the Hannah. They're unused to strangers.
Oh, sure. I will keep a respectful distance.
I won't disturb them. Rest easy.
Maceranus, I did not expect such kindness from a stranger.
That one I accidentally
May I
shot
ask,
in the
traveling
backside.
these plains, have you come across a golden Hannah? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
I have not come across a golden hala, but I will keep my eyes open.
I've never heard of a golden hala.
The legend is not well known, even among the people. We call her Hanno Gillen, the Pathfinder. In times of great need, she comes to show us the way.
That sounds lovely.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in gem markets, I hear. And if they were golden. Goodbye then.
Say no more. Oh, if they were golden. Can I talk to you now? Are you still angry? I met some folks out there. They wanted me to tell you that they're out there hunting.
I met one of your hunters. He's continuing to look for a safe route.
Trusted you to pass the message on. That speaks well of you.
Oh, I got a Dalish favor. That's nice.
What has befallen your clan?
The Orlesian War has hindered our progress through the dirt. The armies cause rock slides to dig ditches that trip the Hala and destroy the Arabals, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan
Must
needs
be
them
what
most,
these are.
my first tab
Aravels?
defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now I've learned that the grounds of Bar Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
I could certainly help with that, and do care.
I can deal with that for you.
My clan and I will be deeply grateful if you could, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Bar Balanaris is sacred ground.
I will tromp lightly in my mighty shoes. Worry not. So we have a fast travel plinth here. That's great. Whatever we're calling that.
Stores are so low. At this rate, we'll never be on our way.
You were the one they called
One
the
more
Herald of
mission
Undrafted.
to
I've
accept,
heard
seemingly.
so much about you and your Inquisition. There's talk even amongst the Dalish.
Huh. The Dalish are talking about me. I'm, flattered.
Ah, talk. What do they say exactly?
Mostly they say that you're very large, no matter what they
That
say.
is a
Your
trait I
Inquisition is
possess,
the
yes.
only thing trying to help the world. I wish I could be a part of that.
An unusual wish for a young hunter of the people.
It won't happen. Keeper Howin won't allow it.
Solas is playing this conversation extra cool. I could speak to him on your behalf, if you're interested. I don't mean to get you killed later by my over-eagerness.
You could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
And you. Sorry I passed you over earlier. You look troubled.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing.
It's not a very nice thing to say to someone
Share
upon
war
meeting them,
and
but
the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Aravals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
where is your ledger? Where have you left that? Is it here, may I? June, god of the craft. I don't know if that's it. Is it? Berries? Is that what we're looking for? There. Spindleweed's getting scarce. Find and deliver 5 bushels of spindleweed. We need spindleweed for a couple of other things, but we can certainly cycle back to help our elven friends here. Dorian, you're just showing off now. Stop it. We all know you're limber. What's that? Oh, that's where I put it, I guess. The spindleweed in question. Alright, I think I've talked to everyone. Let's see what opened up nearby. Spindleweed, spindleweed, spindleweed. Alright, so I just need like 11 more Blood Lotus, and I can finally upgrade the garden back at Skyhold, which will be great. I think there's some Blood Lotus in Hinterlands. It might be everywhere, I'm not sure. Alright, we're almost to Solas' friend here. I'm trying not to get distracted too badly. Let's keep heading that way. See if we can cross the river somewhere that will allow us to get up the other side. Very important not to get into a river without a good exit strategy. I may have to go all the way around. There's seemingly no... Oh, this might work. Let's try it. It's hiding from me.
Thank you for this, Inquisitor. We are not far from where my friend was summoned.
Alright, so giving it a quick save here. This looks like the spot. Sorry it took us this long, Solas, my friend.
My friend.
Anything you want to share, Solas?
That is not its natural form. It's been corrupted.
Corrupted?
Forced to act against its original purpose. What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? Perhaps we could
What
ask.
did you do?
You're not with the bandits? Do you have any lyrium potions? Most of us are exhausted. We've been fighting that demon.
You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but
Oh, this
after
isn't
you
the
help
time
us,
to patronize Solas,
I'm
no.
not here to help you.
Word of advice? I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts
Nope.
in the Kirkwall
That's
circle.
not the way to respond.
Up. You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Right now, I'm the only thing keeping Solas from killing you, so, yes, we will save your friend.
I'll do everything I can to save your friend, Solas.
Thank you. We must hurry!
So I'm trying to destroy these. To remove the circle, okay. Oh, don't do that. I don't need any area of effect attacks right now, thank you. That was my face. Threw a ball of darkness into it, I understand. My face can be confusing to some people. All right.
Tel Abalos en Asel Atalim. Mamilava Halani. Malasuladinadas. Magilani Midinan.
Manuvinen. Dareth Shirar.
I'm sorry, Solas.
Don't be. We gave it a moment's peace before the end. That's more than it might have had. All that remains now is then.
Thank you. We would
Hello
not have
again.
risked the summoning, but the roads are too dangerous to travel unprotected.
You tortured and killed my friend.
We didn't know it was just a spirit. The book said it could help us.
Ah, that's, it's a hard choice, because obviously people shouldn't just be killing folks. Solas, come on, calm down. But, this was his dear friend for many hundreds of years, longer than any of these people have dared to draw breath, and I understand why he feels this way. I am not going to intervene, as much as that might make me a bad person here.
Damn them all. I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
In my opinion, this is sort of a necessary moment in Solas's journey that should not be interrupted. But that, again, probably makes me a bad person. Sorry for the loss of life. Sorry about your giblets in the weeds. And we didn't even really save the demon. We just gave it a moment's peace before it dissipated. Alright. So you can speak to Solas back at Skyhold after that dramatic little adventure. Let's see if we can go ahead and knock this out while we're here. Ah, the Golden Holla is on the map now. That's interesting. Look forward to seeing what that looks like. There's some demons to the south, plenty of Fey drifts. We gotta get up to this next camp at some point. Etc., etc. See if we can get around to this one. I don't think there's really like a swimming mechanic. I would be tempted to try to get off over that way, around over that way rather. But I'm not sure if it's deep enough. There's no way to know unless you throw your body into it. Yep, it's not. We threw our body into it, so we'll try to go around. Super wet boots, there's no denying. I've got super wet boots, but now they're drying. elven cave to an elven ruin. Let's go around first. We'll come back to that. Caw. Maybe we do go through the cave, okay. Because that is still between... Yes, between the two places we've been. Does look like it's in some sort of ruin, that makes sense. Into the ancient baths. As opposed to the much debated Baths Nouveau. Aha! A first-timer, I spy.
Simply dreadful.
Thank you so much for your time and watching. I hope it has been an enjoyable adventure. As I trip over my tongue. The Elven Glyphs. Duheim. We're searching the ruins. We heard August's boys are digging in the stone at Hallin something. I hate these elf names. Pascal. Cheeky. A little bit hard to bash through a stone wall with brute strength when you have a party comprised entirely of mages, but we'll come back to that. I'm actually not sure how to come back to that. We could probably jump off the balcony, but then I'm not sure how we're going to leave. Let me make sure this energized torch doesn't have anything to do with it. See if there's something majorly hiding around. Oh wow, this is majorly. Where is it? No glyph. Must be down below, I guess. So, can I jump off of here? Yep, that'll work fine. Question is, how am I to get back? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to resume the search after we get rid of the rift. Ah, there it is, finally. Never mind. The revealed symbols depict a pair of hands cupped around the moon. Lovely. Now we can handle this. This might be my first opportunity to use the Dispel. Coming up here between phases. Has everyone else not made the jump? Is that the problem? Okay, I finally got far enough away that they teleported to me. Good. I was all on my onesie there for a second. Alright, so now I should be able to left trigger and B to dispel an entire one of those. That is awesome. I've never been able to do that before, but I've always wanted to. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I have no more life goals. That was it. No, jump off of the... there you go. Was close. And close. First it was close, and then it was closed. All right. So I might have to fast travel out of here. But we've closed the rift. That's all that really matters. A gold horn. Huh, that must be some sort of quest item. That I don't yet know about. So nice to see you all there in the chat. Thank you for spending your morning with me here. This is just what I needed to wake myself up. A little high fantasy. A little raging Solas. To take the edge off the weekend. So I'm just going to try a couple of hippity hops here, see what happens, but I'm not expecting much. Eh? Oh! Hippity! Happity! Ah! Overcome through sheer force of will. So proud of you, Inquisitor.
Oh, balefire.
Did Solas... Yes. I am just now noticing Solas got so upset he left the party entirely to go back home and sulk. That's completely understandable. And I'm sorry we pushed you to that moment, Solas. But we are down a man. That is part of the problem here. And I should have caught on before now. Oh, it's such a cute sound they make. I don't think I've ever heard them before. Just barely heard it as it was bounding off. Kind of sounds like a creepy little child laughing, but it's also cute. No, give it a chance. It's... Alright. So I can fast travel somewhere closer. We could go check these lower spots. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a camp down there, though. It's a little strange. So let's save that area for just a bit. We'll grab this logging stand and try to grab this ocularum as we head up to the next camp. I want to get one more opened before we leave the Exalted Plains, and maybe we could jump back to Skyhold next. Speak to Solas and reset our war table missions. We're probably getting due for another go around Skyhold talking to everyone session as well. I'm sure everyone has some more stuff to say after the latest missions. Plus, I should be able to get that garden upgrade going. So many things I need to remember. Alright, looking for a logging stand. Shouldn't be hard. What did you do to that one, Vivian? Logging stand claimed. Where was that ocularum? Let's go ahead and get these marked. If it's not in some crazy area that I have to climb up to. There's some dead folks. Do you know anything about that? Another corpse brain. Collecting the whole set here. Boy, are my pockets juicy. So it does seem like it must be up there. Yeah, finally seeing it. I'm not sure what the path up there is. But I'm sure that it will reveal itself when the time is right. So it's like on this aqueduct structure, whatever that is. Likely from the other side. Let's see if we see any stair steps or something. Pardon me? Just passing through. Pardon me, boys. But it seems you've lost your breeches. This looks promising. Success. Finally made it up here. Landmark. The ruined arches. All right. This is even more difficult than usual through the branches in the thicket. But we'll get there eventually.
It figures that most of the fighting happened here and not in Orlais proper.
Alright, 4 out of 6. 5 out of 6. There. Just down below us. Let's see if we can get down to that one. Make sure there's nothing else. Ahem. Up here first. Is that just that? Must be. Alright, jumping down to this shard. And wildly low on health. Let's hope this doesn't kill me. Good, good. Is there a... Oh, that's... Oh. I'm not happy about this whole situation. List. To pack. Jewels. Dresses. Book of prayers. Mother's grand oak armoire. The standing mirror. Will this fit in the cart? I worry. Ropes for lashing down. Everything in the toy chests. We have to keep the children quiet on the journey somehow. We'll find a way to make it fit. This did not end well. And I'm sad. Dorian, tell me something witty. Tell me something witty to distract me from the horrors of life. Must be up there. I shouldn't have jumped down so exuberantly. Maybe I could have made it across somehow? No, I couldn't have. That's madness. Tell me, when did Saruman the Wise... Getting a little thin. Oh! Too thin, some might say. As slender as a holla and 3 times as slippery. Let's try one more level up. Why, that's darn near thrice as slippery. All right. We've got it.
Honest.
I don't know why I'm so distracted on shards, but there we go. 2 nearby. So those are all shards. That's back to the camp. We have some glyphs there. Let's see what this is.
How many keys does one ancient temple really need?
I think it's potion time. Officially. Alright, something in this little burned out building. Knock, knock. Anyone home? I don't mean to be disrespectful. Should we go in, do you think? Should we wait? Should we keep waiting? Hello? Alright, a father's guidance. I'll be gone by the time you get back, heading to Lydes. Join me as soon as you can. I've left some supplies in the hollow of the old tree, the one near the ruin. It should be enough to pay someone to take you to the city. Be safe, Father. Father? Father. Oh, Father. Remember Lord Demetrius Aaron, the only one of Andraste's champions to fall. The forces of the Exalted March met the elves upon the field. Our numbers far exceeded theirs. The champions, kind and fair, gave the elves a chance for peace, but the elves would not lay down their arms. They slew Lord Demetrius in their charge. Maker take him to his side. Alright, so we got the father's guidance mission. I'm not sure where that stump is. We're probably headed up to here next to get one of those camps. So there's the father's stump, for lack of a better phrasing. Let's try to grab this camp first. We'll come back down here. Get to this camp, we should probably jump back to Skyhold and speak to Solas to resolve our little spirit journey here. But it sure has been nice to explore a brand new area a bit, somewhere we have not been before. Or I've been having fun, at the very least. I hope it has been engaging. Gallows records, a list of people sentenced to hang, including the trout. Well, that makes sense. Goes back to our earlier statement. Looting the dead, sorry. Sorry. Alright, this looks like a good spot to get ambushed by weird beasts. Let's go. Let's do it. Weird beasts, is that you? Excellent shattering, Dorian. Shattered just like my heart when you return to the Tevinter Imperium. Spoiler alert. Alright, headed for this one and getting closer. Take the whole corpse. Just, Dinner's ready. Vivian, you want to dig in on this with me? You want the rump roast? A letter written in fine hand. Oh, this is fancy. My dearest mother, all is well. My pinky is up, if you are curious. All is well. You need not worry. Do not believe what you may hear from others. Trust me, your son. I would never lie to you. The war is going well, and Celine's troops are on the run. Keep up your hopes and your faith. I will be home before you know it. Please send my love to Dorette and the children. Your faithful son. That was so fancy. I'm sorry that he's dead, though, and I'm kind of making fun of him.
Poor unfortunate soul.
Didn't mean that. Poor Dorette is never going to get his love that he sent. Not now. Not that he's all cold in the ground. I was hoping we could slip past him, but it's begun. Do you mind? I'm trying to enjoy my day here. And you giving large swaths of broadswordery up and down my exposed back flesh is not helping. Also being attacked by wolves. Sorry, wolves. I didn't know Vivian had a crazy ghost sword. That's awesome. Where can I get myself one of those? It's probably one of those Knight Enchanter abilities, maybe. Alright, finally a moment's peace. There's something hidden nearby. I want you and your men to collect the dead and bring them to the ramparts. We have to burn them, gather them together, then leave. I'll deal with it from there. So I don't know if the, liches are just taking advantage of the fact that they brought all the corpses together to burn, to raise those pits of undead, or if it's part of some wider scheme. I'm sure there's no big conspiracy. There's our hidden item. Warden Tontive. Special brew. Crumpled missive. Did you hear? One of the recruits from Valroyo said they saw the famous Tom Rainier drinking at the Halberd east of Valroyo. I thought you'd be interested, given your history, although the lad's probably only seen him in sketches. Somehow I doubt the old captain's foolish enough to come within 100 miles of the capital. I'll let you decide whether you believe it. Anyway, I heard you might be relieved in a week or two. You could talk to Prole and see if he'll let you take leave to follow the lead. He'll understand. He did allow you to enlist for our side, even after what happened with Collier. Roslin. Corporal Roslin? Tom Rainier. The, quote, famous Tom Rainier. Have to keep that name in mind. Old Tom. Alright, setting up camp, and then we should finally be ready to jump back to Skyhold. Finish the rest of this Solas cutscene here. We'll be back, Exalted Plains. Thank you for having us. So I'm headed, as I often am, direct to Solas's bedchambers. Or his artistic studio, at the very least. He might just sleep in his chair, so they're more chair chambers. That doesn't sound as saucy, though, so...
Inquisitor.
Hey!
How are you, Solas?
It hurts. It always does. But I will survive.
To live,
Thank
you
for
mean?
coming back.
You were a true friend. You did everything you could to help. I could hardly abandon you now.
I even didn't do some things to help. No need to pry, really. This I am curious
What
about.
happens when a spirit dies?
It isn't the same for mortals. The energy of spirits returns to the Fade. If the idea giving the spirit form is strong, or if the memory has shaped other spirits, it may someday rise again.
You're saying your friend might come back?
No, not really. A spirit's natural state is peaceful semi-existence. It is rare to be able to reflect reality. Something similar may reform one day, but it might have a different personality. It would likely not remember me. It would not be the friend I knew.
That's very sad. Thank you for coming back, Solas.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right. Thank you again.
Alright, so I didn't even have to off to his chair chambers there. He came to me. Good. What is this?
That monster. He's a magister.
Seemingly a conversation to have in the stable.
This is just
Hello,
something
Blackwall.
to keep their hands busy.
Making a little
Grateful
griffin
you tracked me
toy?
down when you did. As exciting as
I
working
like
the
it.
Woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
Yeah.
I'm pleased that you feel that way.
Makes me sound like a Chantry sister, doesn't it? Some giddy new initiate. But so be it. I suppose you've earned my loyalty and girlish enthusiasm. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I ever thanked him.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
And so you, in cold blood, let me get this straight, murdered 98 gentlemen that day. Is that what I'm hearing?
What is this grand tourney?
I'm
Never
impressed.
heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
That was generous of him.
He said I stood to gain everything, while he'd lose nothing. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
Yeah, that sounds like a big personal turning point where you've made a mistake that can never be unmade. I mean, no, I'm sure it's what did you want to hear? I'm sorry.
You're here now. A Grey Warden. It worked out.
I suppose it did, didn't it? But I'm older, hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with.
That's very kind of you to say. More? Still an icon, Blackwall? You'll always be an icon to me.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it. I've been meaning to thank
yeah.
you. There are 100
Did.
things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
You've proven yourself to be an honorable woman. Principled. I've great admiration for you. And I've never been more certain in my decision to join you.
That's very kind. I appreciate that. I'm just hiding the bad. Don't worry. There's a certain honesty to that I appreciate. Let's see. I hope he realizes I'm being playful and not just like, oh, what? Oh, then I'm suspicious of you from here on out.
Liliana makes sure my sordid secrets never come to light.
Well then, I won't pry.
Good.
I prefer to go
He's on board.
believing only good things about you.
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of wardens.
That could very well explain why
Horsemaster
so many
Dennett.
disappeared.
Welcome.
If this is true, then all wardens are in danger. Even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree.
Goodbye,
If
Horsemaster.
you have an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Alright. So, it looks like if I do go out to one of those open worlds, like a couple of sessions back, we got one of those Warden Treaty items or whatever that Blackwall is looking for. And so it looks like if you get those when he's not in the party, you do have to take them to him in Skyhold. Which is good to remember. I did not think of that. So if we've missed a red lyrium with Varric or something, we could probably go tell him about it, and he would still give us some approval, even though he wasn't there personally to see it.
The spiderwebs help
Though we will still try to keep everyone in party for their own events.
The strangest thing, though, I can't recall where I heard that. I think I remember a young man.
I love that Skyhold is just perpetually in a state of confusion as long as you allow Cole to stay. Things are always being moved around and suggested and changed just a little bit, and no one ever remembers why. They just think, oh, was there like a young man nearby? I don't remember. If I could live my entire life the way that Cole lives his, I would in a heartbeat. Let's check in with Josephine, make sure things are okay after the whole House of Repose incident.
A situation requires your attention, Inquisitor. Noble
Indeed.
champions in the city of Jadar are spreading accusations that you're responsible for the Divine's death. They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal with the matter.
Show of force, propaganda, diplomats. Josephine, would you mind handling this for me?
Let's send some ambassadors to convince Jadar I'm not a monster in disguise.
Excellent. I believe there is much to be gained by winning them over.
Thank you, Josephine. Always a pleasure. Let's see if there's anything we can send our advisors out on here. Cullen, I heard there's a new water park being opened. I'd like you to perform the ribbon-cutting ceremony and then get a picture of you splashing into the big pool at the bottom, all right? It's for propaganda posters. Make sure the trunks are revealing. All right, off you go. Oh, Cullen, these trunks, no, not nearly revealing enough. Go back and change. So it's mostly like resource missions, repeatable missions. This is one. Diverting soldiers in the Frostbacks that we do need to do. Yes, we were waiting for Josephine to be available for this one, so this is perfect. Cullen was saying, let's leave some men to die so that we don't lose the trail of the Red Templars, and Josephine is saying, let's lose the trail and not abandon our men.
At your service.
Let's go there. Sure, the Red Templars might be killing people while we're distracted, but nothing we can do about that. I will send Liliana for the next step of Varek's little novel controversy. And so that just leaves Cullen, who could say, go to the Exalted Plains for resources. Sure. Some Viridium.
Inquisitor.
Alright. Stay in Skyhold for just a bit while they're out and about. We'll see if there's anyone else we can talk to. It seems like we're pushed up to a good point to be able to start either the Adamant Fortress attack or the big Orlesian game masquerade ball next session. We're pretty close to both of those items. Let's catch up with Varek here.
Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
I have a personal question.
Can I ask you something, Varek?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
I love that answer. Alright, we've already talked
No
about
problem.
everything personal with him.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
It's good to make sure your companions don't have
What are your
anything to
thoughts on
say.
the Inquisition?
If there's anybody out there who hasn't joined the
There's
Inquisition,
all sorts of
hiding
juicy
in the
nuggets of information and dialogue and
Eldon, I think
witty
we might be
fun
able to
hidden
conquer
in
it just
here.
by looking east.
Let's talk about
How do you
Josephine.
think Josephine is handling the job of ambassador?
If this Inquisition thing doesn't work out, I may hire her to deal with the Merchants Guild. She'd own them before breakfast.
What do you think of Liliana's work?
Do you want to know what the Arashok had for breakfast this morning? I think she can tell you.
What do you think of our general?
Find him a war or something. If he spends any more time in the yard drilling, Josephine will have him killed.
Good to know.
Back to work, then.
And she could. She has all the paperwork in order. You annoy me, so I'm having you killed, and it's legal. It's legally binding.
Inquisitor, I was...
Good. Solas has
Do you
something
have
to
a-
say.
What were you like? Before the anchor?
Oh, boring. I just ate
Has it
porridge,
affected you?
sat around.
Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your...
Oh yes,
Spirit.
very immoral porridge. I don't really know.
If it had, do you really think I'd have noticed?
No. That's an excellent point.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
Oh, well, that makes me feel very good, Solas. Thank you for saying that.
I don't think of myself as different from anyone.
Perhaps not in the form of your body, no. Qunari are savage creatures. Their ferocity held in check only by the rigid teachings of the Qun. But you have shown a subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I know of your people.
Thank you.
I do what I can.
You are modest. So many would use this Inquisition as a blunt instrument in their rise to power. But not you.
So what does this mean, Solas?
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. And I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
Not disturbing at all. I appreciate you taking the time to communicate with me, Solas. You stoic thing. I always forget if there's anything up here. I don't believe I've climbed up here yet. Just a ladder. No big secret. Lovely room up here, though. Alright. Now, I have to walk all the way back down. just for that 13 seconds of dialogue with Solas, but it was worth it. Oh, every second cherished. So we haven't spoken to Iron Bull, Cassandra, Cole. Varric seems pretty tapped out. Josephine seems okay. Solas seems good now. Vivian is on the upper level too. We probably need to check in with Dorian. Let's check one more time with Solas, since that was an automatic cutscene.
Insane plan, Inquisitor. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
And calling the army of demons? That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
I shouldn't be joking around with Solas.
An army.
That's not the point.
I see now.
The entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving. How can I help?
Alright, I think he's finally good to go. So let's jump up the stairs. Check in with old Dorian again.
Questions.
Seems okay for now, too. Good. There's like this, you know, we're going around and talking to everyone, and they're all following the same theme of this. I'm so shy, Inquisitor, but I wanted to tell you that you really impressed me. It's like a 25% likability rating or something. It's like your 50% thing, and I think sometimes when you have those conversations, their companion card actually changes. It's like their loyalty to you has increased, and they have a more extravagant character card on the party selection screen. So I'm trying to get past that level with all of them to get their new cards, basically. Ooh, it's been a long time since I've hit this table. I should be coming here more often. This is where you can turn in, say, those corpse brains for damage bonuses against bad guys. Definitely need to be watching that more closely. Swing into Leliana while we're up here, too.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
She still wants to bring that up, and I just don't want to tell Leliana. I don't want to tell Leliana that she died in the future. That's upsetting, and I wouldn't want to know. But it feels like I'm missing out on a great connection, like a character connection I can have with her by not picking that option every time. So I'm going to continue not bringing it up, but it may be a stupid mistake. Alright. So let's see if we can catch Vivian, which means I would need to go this way. Hello, Vivian.
Yes?
Any chance that we might, you and I, huh?
I wanted
No.
to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course.
I see now. Sorry I bothered you. Alright, I think we have her pretty much clear. I've been waiting for these scaffolds to finally disappear, but I guess we're still not quite to that level. I think there is like another room back there, hiding behind the scaffolds. So we just have the courtyard set here. I need to find Sarah, Iron Bull, Cassandra, Cole, and then we should be good to go. Thank you for bearing with me here. Let's start with Cassandra, since she's right out here. Good, good.
Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
Oh, it's quite the swing.
You interrogated me. What did you expect?
I had better intervene, though this is entertaining to watch. I'm just gonna
Enough! You're taking his
put a
side.
hand up
I
here.
said enough! We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric, you... No, it's fine. And it is probably better to do the calmer option of the same thing. So yeah, let's try this.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Oh, that is unfair. Come on now.
That's unworthy of you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him, and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Been there. Alright, let's check her one more time here.
I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Something I can help you with?
Yes. Possibly. We saw so many Red Templars at the assault on Haven. Perhaps all that was left of the Order. What we didn't see was Lord Seeker Lucius. Indeed, I've seen no hint of any Seekers amongst the Red Templars, or anywhere. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus has imprisoned them.
That's rude to say. Oh, couldn't they be dead? Come on, let's just assume they're dead and not look for them. Let's avoid that.
Finding them obviously means a lot to you.
I left the Order, but I can never abandon them. I cannot even claim that rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition. But even so, if there's a chance... If we can spare resources to follow up on these leads, Inquisitor, I would appreciate it.
Of course we can. The Inquisition isn't about only allowing the people in who will wholeheartedly agree with what we're doing. It's about letting in the people who are important to you and need to be saved. Which is all people. I think I saw during that scene at some point that Cullen's resource mission to the Exalted Plains has finished. It's not very important to grab that and send him back out, but let's do it while we're right by the door. Thank you for the Viridium. You summer treasure, you. Alright, we'll send him right back out to gather metals. Actually, what's this new one? There was something Cassandra just put on here about seeker activity. Locate the missing seekers. I guess Leliana has to do it. Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back here. Alright, so sorry. So, we'll just find a quick mission here to send Cullen back out on. For some reason I wanted to say Crestwood. We'll send old Crestwood back out.
Alright.
That's what I get for hovering. Alright, you'll grab us some herbs while we keep talking to folks in Skyhold here. We have, Sarah, Iron Bull, and Cole left. That might be it. I also want to check in with Varric on the way out here after that cutscene with Cassandra. Make sure he doesn't have anything else to say. It was a little tense. He does. Dear Varric, tell me what's on your mind.
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends.
What was I doing with my eyes?
I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I pulled a real Jesse Faden there for a second. Alright. I believe you. That's fine. Yeah. Talk to Cassandra would seem more like, I don't want to be involved. You guys figure it out. And I don't really agree with Cassandra that he had an obligation to give up his friend's whereabouts just because he might have been the Inquisitor. That doesn't really make sense to me, so I'm just going to say I believe you.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're doing your very best. It's fine.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carta clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked
like
the
the
car
way you
to an
said
old
that.
dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carta to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
There will never be anything more important to me than listening to you worry, Varric. And I want you to know that.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
Carry on.
That's all you can do for me. Just keep on chugging. Chugging along.
Yes, sir. I'll ask around.
Iron Bull, my sweet.
What can I do for you?
He seems okay for now.
Nice talking with
There's a lot of stuff locked up behind Varric there, strangely. But everyone else seems pretty,
Inquisitor?
talked out. Krem?
We'll talk later.
I'm telling you, I saw her. I saw her.
It wasn't from a flower. He wrote it in the snow.
This is another thing that I don't really want to tell Cole. It's none of my business, and I appreciate the things he does. But it feels like there's something locked up behind that, and I don't know how much dialogue can be locked behind a single entry like that. Like, maybe I have to have this conversation with him before we can continue, but it just seems like an unnecessary thing to say. Let's go for it.
I've heard about some oddities here in the keep. Was that you?
Yes.
She is asking rather than accusing. You're, stealing cheese, are you?
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
So this is like when you walk around Skyhold and all those people are saying, I think there was a young man, I don't remember. My dagger went missing. They're all like individual things you must be able to come back and ask him about, which is hilarious. I'm not going to tell him to stop. No, that's crazy.
All right.
What else have we overheard here?
The servants are having trouble remembering some odd events. Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
Yep. Spiders do need to eat, and I just overheard the other person outside talking about this, that we need more spider webs for bandages or something.
And healers need something to treat infected wounds, like spider webs.
The plums are already dead. They don't mind helping.
Oh, that's such a cute way to say it, that the plums don't mind helping.
Can I assume you're responsible for the turnips that have shown up in the fireplaces?
They don't smell the same raw.
You needed that soldier to smell them, so he could die thinking he'd gone home.
He did go home.
He's such a sweetheart.
Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint?
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
So it's just to make cats dance and play. There's no big secret behind that one. It's just fun to have cats dancing around, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
All right, I will never, ever
I'll
tell
talk
you
to
to
you
stop
later.
those activities. Thank you for being here, Cole. So I just have to remember how to get down into Sarah's little alcove. I which I am always forgetting. Here it is.
Yes, sir.
Sarah's Cabinet of Wonder Whose It Was. Delivered. One cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities, if resources should be spent on such things. Yes, resources should always be spent on ladies' curiosities. Sir Morris. Below, a comment and journal entries by Sarah. Also, doodles of Sarah with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris. Stuff needs a place. Stuff. Banner. Circle. Soft. Lizard. Scratched out. Rough and weird. Holla. Fake. Real ones stink. Cards. Little worlds. Goblet. Fancy cup. Cup. That's a shit goblet. Bottle. Warden. Strong. Bottle. Tevinter. Piss weak. Stupid sword. There's a small blood stain. Silk. Bolts. Not arrow bolts. Soft. Make something. I think that minstrel Meriden is chatting me up. The song is creepy. Always a pleasure to hear Sarah's stream of consciousness.
Hey you,
Let's have some more.
To ask. Just a little thing really.
I'm here for you.
A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
I'm listening.
All right, let's hear what you got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vershel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up. So I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
All right. I don't even need to ask questions. Yeah. I'd like to see what the questions are. What's in it for me? That's yeah.
All right, Sarah.
Instant yes.
I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
What about ancient skies and torn... What? What got torn?
So we're attacking wardens now. That's pissing great.
All right. How are things going?
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat now. Gonna make everything the way it should be. Praying's nice, I suppose. Coryphe's bit, though. Shite.
Corypheus.
Coryphiness.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
What a delight. All right. I don't know if any of these are necessary. Let me see if I can clear a few more of them.
Who do things for the ones who give orders?
Tell me about Solas.
What about Solas?
Solas? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now, Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Nice hair, though. All right.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. He's got nothing on you.
I know, right?
And stuff. I don't know.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
What about Cole?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
Oh, hey now. That's no way to speak about my friend Cole.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here. Uh-huh.
Okay, we should be good there. We'll come back and have a couple more of those discussions. Let me get her war table thing going first.
I suppose you're right.
Just what I heard.
That is, if it can be done by Cullen. We may need to wait for Josephine or Leliana to be back, but if we just need someone to walk through a village, I'm sure we can send some soldiers. I'm not sure what the underlying play is here. But this might be our last little adventure, whether we can perform it or not. I am just about out of time. But thank you for bearing with me here through all of these fun discussions. One of my favorite parts is catching up with everyone at Skyhold for those little cutscenes and learning more about them and all the intimate little details you can uncover. A battalion for Sarah. That sounds like the one. We have verified Sarah's claims about Verchel. Several displacements of refugees were deliberate in what appears to be an attempt to destabilize land claims. While there would be no direct gain for involving the Inquisition, increasing our presence could have unexpected results. In any case, it is a trivial matter to divert troops to march through the city. So, our own advisors don't know what Sarah is on about either, but I will happily trust her.
To work?
Alright, so that'll take 22 minutes. Liliana and Josephine are busy out here. Got a little extra spindleweed, good. So the one thing I need to check before we end things here, I think is back on the other side of the courtyard. And it's that garden upgrade I keep mentioning and then forgetting about. This will be our last little adventure. I believe there is a requisition table just behind Cassandra here. If I'm remembering right, it might be the potion table, actually. The requisition table might be in the Undercroft, and I'd better check it while I'm here before I have to come all the way back. Let's clear this up. It does feel like the requisition table would be in the Undercroft, but then if that's the case, so too does it feel like the potions should be down here, so who knows. The potions are here, okay. So I must be all confused. Not seeing a requisition table. So maybe it is, in fact, in that other room. Let's go check. However, I should keep that in mind. Potions are in the Undercroft, and I probably need to upgrade a couple of them. There we are. Requisitions. Alright. So, courtyard upgrade. Skyhold Garden. I still need Blood Lotus. I'm very close. I only need like 4 or 6 Blood Lotus. But I had forgotten that. Alright, so we can do the courtyard, and I guess I should go for it. It will take some of my quarries and logging stands, but we'll find more, no problem. Upgrade the courtyard to cosmetically reflect the Inquisition's focus. Invest here to select between the infirmary space or sparring grounds. So now I need to run back to the Undercroft to customize that upgrade. And our Inquisition probably more likely to build an infirmary. Peace and goodwill. And all that. So this would be an investment in the recruitment and training of soldiers so that all who wish to fight are put to their best use. Promise to be both welcoming and protective for all who seek its support. We are welcoming to people beyond just those who want to be put to use with a blade. Yes. This choice is irreversible. Oh no! Lovely. So I'm guessing we probably have to leave and come back in order for the cosmetic effects to take effect. And I'm not sure where they're going to take effect exactly, so I'm just giving myself a little before picture here. Whatever might change. And that should be the end of it for now. When we come back next time, the cosmetic upgrade may have happened, and we'll peek around for it. And at the very least, we will have more war table missions to retrieve, and then we should be able to start down the path, either of assaulting Fortress Adamant or going to Orlais for the big game. Those are our two next things, and I think we're just about ready. So this weekend, at some point, well, I guess tomorrow is really the only point, but this weekend I hope we can do a big mission here. And I'm looking forward to it. Until then, thank you so very much for your patience. This has been a productive, informative, and lovely session. I appreciate your time and your kind attention. Bye for now.